All right, everyone. Welcome to the C21 Island Life podcast. I'm Carlos G., your host with Live Island Life. This podcast is about showcasing the Florida Keys. Whether you're interested in vacations, relocating, or just plain old love the Florida Keys, this podcast shares with you the daily life and the daily things about the Florida Keys. We get some knowledge as well. We get to do some funny things, but it is about you and it's about this place that we love so much. So hang on, watch our podcast, and welcome to the Florida Keys. Live Island Life. Welcome to the Live Island Life podcast, all things about the Florida Keys. Today I want to continue our conversations with Jason from Miami Mortgage Advisors in getting information on how to get that loan. And the beautiful thing is that they specialize on alternative financing programs. So portfolio loans, bank loans, cash statement loan, even asset-based loans, loans for people that have temporary setbacks and medical bills, divorce. What happens if somebody gets turned down for that FHA conventional loan? You know, we have this opportunity now that they can look into this portfolio loans, which is just an incredible opportunity, and not many lenders offer those products. So what's the process there?
Absolutely. So whether you're a listing agent or you're the buyer's agent,
okay,
before you cancel that contract, before you let the buyer out of your site, that's somebody that we need to talk to evaluate and see whether or not they truly qualify or don't qualify for a purchase transaction.
So don't let that deal die.
Don't let that deal die.
You know, you heard a no, stop, pause, let's talk to Jason.
I might have a guy
That will do this, and that's the bread and butter for you. That's the bread and butter for your business, right?
Absolutely.
Alternative financing products. So,
and a lot of times is the fact that other companies do sometimes have one or two of these type of products.
Sure.
We've got a very deep pocket of investors that we work with that specialize in these various type of loans. So not only do we have one product, we've got 10 products, and we have so many varying lenders that will do these loans. We try to select the best one suited for that individual customer's need. I do a lot of these loans.
Yeah.
Okay. So I understand the guidelines versus somebody that does one of these once a year.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
it's your bread and butter. Yeah.
Absolutely it is. So it's super important to talk to a specialist. So that way I can make sure that customer doesn't qualify before you let that customer out the door.
There you go, everybody. You heard it from the horse's mouth. Don't let that deal die, because there's always an opportunity to get that loan, especially if you're looking at alternative financing. And that's something that's available now to our C21 Island Life family here down on the Keys. Strongly encourage you to look at this. Jason will be sending weekly emails for you guys to understand that, but that is something that people need to look into it. Let's drill down on this now, and have our family of Island Life family agents here understanding the products that you have. So I'm a foreign national. I'm Argentinian. I'm Venezuelan. There's a lot of Venezuelan. It doesn't matter. I'm from Finland. Talk about the foreign national program.
Absolutely. So first of all, a foreign national just means that you're a resident of another country. Okay. And your citizenship is another country. So typically most foreign nationals are here visiting the United States with the intent to vacation here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have programs with as little as 25% down, with minimal documentation. For clients that live in Brazil.
Yeah.
So your sister can buy a home.
My
here
sister can buy a
home.
You hear that, sis? You can buy 25% down.
25% down,
Okay.
with minimal documentation from their country.
Wow.
So basically we're looking for passports and assets to be in their country before they even come here.
So like their house, their whatever they have in there.
Exactly. So we are looking.
Are those assets used as collateral to the loan?
No. Just like a down payment for a U.S. citizen.
Okay.
Their assets are there in their country.
Okay.
They will have to eventually be placed here in the United States, or a portion of those.
Okay.
And then typically what most lenders do is they auto draft that one account on a monthly basis for their payment.
For the payment.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. So they're not going to draft their account in Brazil, they're only going to draft that account here in the United States.
And I have a lot of people that are from Brazil that I know and live in South Florida, for example. They just have a U.S. bank account where they keep, $50,000, and with that as part of the assets, would that be a good requirement, or you still need to see?
Absolutely. So we have varying programs. Some of the programs from employment standpoint will use their employment overseas.
Okay.
Other programs maybe not include any employment or any assets.
Wow.
Depending on the risk factors of the transaction, we would look to place them with a specific lender based off of that.
Yeah.
Now, just because you're Brazilian doesn't mean you're also a foreign national.
Sure.
So that's another thing that we always like to dig into,
Sure.
is whether or not your citizenship is here or your citizenship is possibly in another country.
Okay.
There's a lot of different degrees of people that are living in the United States, like you mentioned, that could still possibly buy a house. Maybe they're only here on a work visa.
Yeah.
With the proper documentation, we could close that loan just like a U.S. citizen.
Just like a U.S. citizen.
And that U.S. citizen would be able to get a 3% down payment transaction.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching this episode, part 3, with Jason Hackworth from Miami Mortgage Advisors at Live and Life. Make sure you watch the prior 2 episodes. It's amazing. If you need mortgages in the Florida Keys, this is the place to go. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel. Follow the podcast on the YouTube channel if you haven't subscribed as well. Go to the Instagram and follow in the Florida Keys and Live and Life. And keep watching for more amazing things on the Florida Keys.